What is happening, gentlemen? Welcome back to the podcast. Hope you guys are doing well and fantastic. If not, there's always tomorrow. Well, with the new week looming, there is another chance to get in a workout, to get into a regime that allows you to start getting fit. Fitness is very important just for your overall health, but also for setting a mindset that allows you to succeed. So, what about fitness helps you? We're going to talk about it. So I bet we've all been there before. We've all been in that point where it's new year, new me. You know, we set up these, things we're gonna do throughout the year. And one of the biggest things, I think, if you look at stats everywhere from people that just post on social media or just general people speaking, you'll find that one of the key elements of people's New Year's resolutions and new things they're gonna do is get fit. Now, when I mean get fit, I don't mean become a pro athlete, become a massive bodybuilder, to become a cyclist, a runner, whatever the case is. What I mean by getting fit is just looking after your health, getting to a point that you are very comfortable in your body, that is at least healthy, that isn't unhealthy. You're not underweight, nor are you overweight, right? Because you don't want either, because either is unhealthy. You want that happy medium. Have you not noticed in life when you just reach that happy medium with a lot of things, life's good, life's fine. It's always great to go above and beyond, but when it comes to fitness, you need that happy medium. If you want to go to the extreme of fitness, where you've really getting ripped and stuff, then so be it. If that's your goal for fitness, then great. But if your goal is to get a point where you can get up, you can go for a run, you can go for a walk, never mind a run, you can pick up a weight, you can get on a treadmill, you can do skipping, you can do a whole bunch of things that maybe before you couldn't do. Maybe before you were just lying in bed, you were just watching movies and series, and you were just behind a computer or behind your phone a lot. I think the importance of stepping away from these technologies like, phones, tablets, laptops, computers, and stuff, and trying to decompress through a walk, through a run, through a cycle, through a weight workout is very important for our mental stability. But now, why am I talking to you about it? And why I'm saying that is because, like, obviously, I've still got a lot of weight that I want to lose. Like, I'm not in the most appearance based looking, best physical way you want to put it, whatever. I'm not in the shape I want to be, but I've gone to a point where I said enough's enough. I want to change. And I've been going out for my walks. I've been stepping away from my PC. I've been stepping away from my phone. I've been sleeping a bit better. Besides walking, I'm working out. And overall, I feel lighter, in within my body and also my brain. And when I start to feel heavy and stuff, I then, you know, maybe go for a walk, or if I feel like okay, I'm a bit mentally fatigued at night and everything, I'm like, okay, tomorrow we got to go for a walk, we got to decompress. So much so I've gone to a point I don't really even have my phone anymore with me when I go for a walk, because I just want to be left with my thoughts and just the surrounding noise, and allows me to think of things and step away from a problem and try and fix the problem. Some problems I can't really fix right now, but I'm seeing the benefits of it. I've seen the benefits of it, but too many times I've quit. Too many times I've stopped. Too many times I've just somehow got into a point where I'm seeing progression and all of a sudden just stop. Sometimes it was I stopped because unfortunately life just got ahead of me, and it forced me to. But then when I look at it now, I'm like, but you didn't really have to stop. And by that I mean is I have a roof over my head, right? I have this surrounding area that I can work out in, from push ups to skipping to lunges to just everything body weight wise. So if I hear that someone says, I can't work out, I just can't go to the gym, man, like I can't afford gym, now I'm gonna be like, no, no, no. It's an excuse. an excuse on top of another excuse, another excuse. There's always the ability to do some form of workout. And I'll give a pure example of what I'm actually doing now, even. So I've been skipping a lot. And if you want a nice place to start in your fitness journey and you can't go to gym, but you have a skipping rope or you have a piece of rope, even. Yes, I'm even making things now for you. Like you can't have an excuse. I don't have a skipping rope. If you have a rope, you can do it. The simple thing is, skipping is such an essential workout. Like it just works out everything. Starts to get you light on your feet. You start to feel just more jumpier. As time goes on, there's a reason why it's such a massive exercise that all boxers around the world do, because obviously from keeping them light on their feet, it does help their overall fitness. All right. So you got this rope, you got this or the skipping rope that you can use. You can throw it in, you can do some push-ups. And if you are unable to do a push-up, what I would recommend then is putting your going on your knees and lifting up your back part of your leg, your shins, lifting your shins, keep it on your knees, and then going down like that. So you can get to a point you can actually do full body push-ups and everything. You can do some sit-ups, you can do lunges. These are all now the body weight exercise you can do, and there's many more you can do. Genuinely there is, and your body weight's going to be sufficient for you to start this progression. So I'm a type of person that I'm not fond of home workouts, only because I like my my weight workouts. I love picking up a weight. I love curling. I love benching. I love squatting. It weight workouts for me just do the trick, right? But I then realized that if I'm gonna use that as my excuse to not work out, then I'm never gonna work out. And so it's like, no, you know what? Just do it. Rate the habit. So for me, it became a thing of, okay, I'm gonna go out for a walk, right? And if I'm not walking, and then I'm working out, but I'm working out hard. And you know what? I'm doing my push-ups, I'm doing my skipping. And I even got to a point like I wasn't in the mood to really go for a walk in the park, but I have this strip outside of my house, and it was long enough, and I was basically just doing laps back and forth, talking. I had a bit of music in my ear and just going back and forth, talking, walking so much. I got in, I think, 6,000 steps, and I had been outside for almost hour and a half, 2 hours, roundabout. And the sun now is completely down. The moon's, the moon's out, and I just felt good though. And what made me feel good was that I wasn't in the mood to go for like a walk in the park, but I still went for a walk because for me, it was about stepping away from the technologies, the phone, PC, everything, just to step away and kind of be in my own head and reflect and stuff on things and try and figure out maybe a new path if things aren't really working out. And because my mind always runs, but I was like, there is a reason why I go walking. So I may not want to walk in the park, but I gotta walk. One, it is good. Walking is very good for you. It's very beneficial for you. If you don't like running, I hate running. If I'm running, I want to do it on a soccer pitch. I'd rather do it there on the road. Like if I'm playing a sport, I'd rather run there. I'm fine with that. But just out running, it's not really my thing. But so I'd go just outside and I would walk. And on top of clearing my head and stepping away from things, which is what I wanted to do, the one thing that the point of my exercising and walking and just getting away from things and go on this journey of fitness, and it's gonna take a time, but I'm in this mode of, it's not about the motivation anymore, it's about creating the habit. And having a skip, going for a walk, going for a run, whatever it is, look at it as, oh, I can't go to the gym. Oh, but I prefer like weights. I don't want to do homework. Throw all those excuses out and realize that it's more about creating the habit than anything else. Because when you create the habit, you create the consistency and the discipline that will trump any motivation. And you know what I mean? Motivation is great, but motivation fades so quickly. And why do you think there are so many videos, motivational videos? Because people constantly seek motivation. But be honest with yourself. The amount of times you watched those videos, yeah, you felt great. You felt like you need to do something. Yeah, at that moment, you had that spark of motivation at that time and at that moment. But time passes, a few hours after that video, the motivation kind of fades away. So stop with the excuses, because you gotta get to a point that's, even if it's just working out at home, even if it's just a skipping rope, even if it's just a push-up, even if it's just a walk, it starts to become more about training your mind on creating a habit that creates the consistency and discipline that allows you to progress. Because let me tell you something. If you have the excuse of, I can't afford gym and I prefer weights anyway, so I'm not going to do home workouts and everything, I'd rather wait. So do you know how much time you've wasted? When, yes, you put the skipping, which is an amazing workout, actually, you've done push-ups and everything. So you've done now more than what you would have done if you just kept staying to the excuse of, I hate home workouts, I prefer weights, I prefer a gym. If you just worked out at home and did the basics, went out for a walk, you might find that you yourself, your body, and your mind might be in a better mind state than if you were just wait until you can hit the gym. And by the time you can go to a gym, you'll find that you'll be in a better spot and position. And by that I mean is, now you go to the gym and you decided, I'm gonna wait till I can go to the gym. Now saying that 3 months pass and you decided you're gonna wait till you can go to the gym. You go to the gym, you do crazy workouts, right? But now you're so sore. You're like, oh my gosh. There, you've skipped another day, skipped another day, skipped another day, skipped. Now flip the switch. If you for 3 months couldn't go to the gym, but you went on your walk, if you like running, you went on a run, you did push-ups, you did skipping ropes, you did what you needed to do. One, you started, along with decent food, which we'll get into in a bit. You started feeling better about yourself. You started actually exercising. Your body was starting to get used to exercise. So when you do go to the gym, you have more energy to gym. And yeah, things will be sore because now you add in on weights to do things. But it wouldn't be as bad as if you just waited 3 months. And also, let me tell you something, you'd be further ahead in your progression than if you were just sitting around for 3 months waiting to go to the gym. Because by the time you get into the gym 3 months later and you've been working out and going for your walk at home, you'll be in a better position and further along in your progress. So then when you hit gym, it's just going to amplify your progress. Instead, if you wait 3 months, you're not amplifying anything. You're starting. But you could have already been starting. Now I know it's not easy. It's difficult. There are some people that are in a position that it's painful, it's hard, and it's hard to work at. And you in certain scenarios, you don't really know what you're doing. You don't know how to do things. You don't really know how to work out. You want that kind of the motivational help. Then seek it. Don't let it become an excuse. Seek it. Start working out. Start going to the gym. If you don't really know what you're doing at the gym, try and find a buddy that goes to the gym you can hop along with, that can train you into the point where you can be at gym on your own. If you feel like there's certain issues and everything, then maybe go see a doctor and see where you stand, so that you know not to make an excuse, but you figure out where to start and how to start and how you can progress and get to a point of healthy fitness, right? Because I understand there are people out in the world that there are underlying conditions that make working out and make certain things in life just difficult. But it makes it difficult, but doesn't make it impossible, right? You know, rather be the person that is willing to find a friend who works out at a place and let him help you and train you to the point you can be on your own. Rather be the person that if you feel like there is underlying conditions or something wrong that's just making things really much more difficult but not impossible, be the person that is willing to go to the doctor and make the certain changes that, you know, fix your health state, that allows you to also gym more and progress on your healthy fitness journey. People underestimate like fitness, the point of fitness. And the point of fitness is to get your body into a healthy state. And don't think that when I say healthy state that you need a six pack, that you need to be the most ripped person in the world. No. What I mean is get to a point that you can pick up a weight, that you can go for a run, that you can go for a walk, that if you go for a walk, you're not out of breath, that you're not, you know, that you're not dying, and every time you go outside, you're sweating, and get to a point that being away from technology, being away from your bed, being away from your series is like an addiction to be away from it, because you love going out for a hike, going out for a walk, going out for a run, going out for a cycle, going out for a gym, picking up weights. Create a habit that becomes that addiction, because then it's like so beneficial for your body but also your mental state, because once you have the habit, only you can break it. Once you have the habit, your body is that's a consistency. It's a habit that you brought, so that when days are low, when days are so bad, and when life is terrible, you're still doing what you need to do. You're still going out for your walk, still going to the gym, still doing your home workout. Now, along with your fitness, you need to eat right. You need to eat right. So for the past, well, we're in February now, right? So for the past month and a half, I've barely had any takeaways. Actually, if I think about it, there has been one takeaway, and it was a pizza, right? It was a pizza. It was more like a calzone. So it's like a mini calzone. It was folded over because we have this thing called load shedding in South Africa, and it was like, okay, shit, we missed the point where we could pre-cook stuff and everything, and we had it. And I don't think it's too bad of a takeaway. I think if you look at the amount of takeaways you can have, you could, having like a calzone pizza type thing is a whole lot better than maybe a McDonald's or KFC or anything, right? And I think that's a better start. But in a month and a half, I've been having more home cooked meals. I've been drinking a whole lot of more water. I've don't drink alcohol anymore. That's just me personally. I don't smoke my hubly anymore. It's there are changes I've made to start helping me succeed. And with regards to the eating, I looked at it as like, what's the best way to make sure I eat healthily? Now, everyone goes and raves about diets. The reality is this: diets are a money making scheme, but the only way you create the ability to lose weight, eat less, do more. Eat less, do more. Do not eat more and do less. Do not eat a lot and just lie down a lot and everything. So if you can get to a point, you're like, okay, let me look at my portions. I'm going to make my portions smaller. Let me see what I eat. I eat way too much takeaway. Buy food or home cooked meals. But DJ, whoa, DJ, whoa. I don't have time. If healthy food's so expensive. Hold on, yeah. Hold on. One, make time. Genuinely, make time. I've said it before. Time can be your ally or can be your enemy. So make it your ally. Oh, you live in South Africa, you got load shedding. look when load shedding is. 4 to 6. Cook after 6. Oh, it's 6 to cook before. It's from 6 to 8. Cook before 6. Right? I make sure that happens. Like I said, the diets are a money-making scheme more than anything else. So, number 2, you're saying it's unaffordable. Buy normal food. You know, buy your veg. You know, your frozen veg that you can cook. Get rice if you want to get rice. If you're gonna buy bread, get rye bread. Get some potatoes. Get chicken. Get a bit of beef. Get a bit of fish. Work around that. But I can tell you now, you're saying it's unaffordable, but then takeaway is more affordable. Take all the money you spend on takeaway and spend it on normal food, and you actually might be able to start eating properly. Because let's round up everything. When you Uber Eats everything, all those added fees and the amount of takeaway you have that you could be putting into just buying food for the house, there is a way you can do it. Genuinely, I've seen my mother buy bulk food, like bulk meat, and she's found some incredible places with amazing prices. So I've learned from her, and that's what I do. So you can do it. There is a way. Again, it's another excuse. Find a way to stop making the excuses. Because being healthy and being in a fit condition, and again, when I mean fit, I just mean fit where you can get out of bed without struggling. Okay? Be in a point that you can confidently do day-to-day things. Be in a point that if you do go on a hike with friends, that you're not bloody out of breath. So eat right, train hard, and don't give up. Don't quit. Don't make the excuse, right? There is always a way around things. I can tell you that now. There's always a way around it. Because here's the thing. I've been the one where I've seen legitimate progress. I've seen legitimate succeeding in certain fitness goals. I've seen change in myself. And I've been at that point. And I just flat out stopped. Things got hard, you know, personal life, and things got really outrageously hard and crazy. And months on end, I quit, and months on end, it was just excuse after excuse. I was making the serious situation that now had passed to become an excuse. Now, there's no lie in this. I can't afford to go to the gym at this current point in time. But I looked at it, I was like, I can't keep using that as an excuse. So I looked at my food. Keep saying I can't afford to go to the gym, but somehow I can get takeaways. Right? So I'm obviously getting help from the family. And I said, no, I got to stop that. Got to say, you know, if I'm going to get help from the family financially, then I'm going to spend it on proper food. So that's the one thing. Now I'm not overeating, eating just normally, fine. Home cooked meals, much better, much healthier. And then maybe a chocolate every now and then. And when I mean every now and then, like once every 2 weeks, right? Because I love my chocolates. I love my sweets. Do not, you can see it. I do, all right? But I'm working on this. I'm working on getting better. And because I'm working on it and I have the mindset of more make it a habit than anything else, is why I am progressing. This shirt that I got on right now, can I tell you what, was a whole lot fucking tighter. There are shirts now that I'm putting on that are just looser. There are pants that I'm putting on that are just looser. There are a few shorts, ladies and gentlemen, there are a few shorts that are falling off that I have to literally pull the strings so tight so it stays on. And I'm happy about that. I want to get to a point that I need to actually go clothes shopping, but for an entire wardrobe that is literally smaller so it can fit on me. I don't use the scale because scales can be demotivating, because in the first beginning you will lose a lot of weight in the beginning, but afterwards it'll plateau and slowly decrease. But you know where changes do come in the way you look, your clothes, they will fit better. So I don't get despondent by that. So wrapping around back, I looked at my food, sorted that out. It's like, what am I doing? Well, let me start walking. Let me get into the habit of walking. You know, to start to clear my mind, get away from all technology, clear my mind. Started doing that. Saw a skipping rope. I was like, hey, hold on. I got a skipping rope. I know from boxing experience that skipping is so important. Like, it's such a beneficial exercise. You don't believe me? Google it. Google it. So I started skipping. So now I'm going, now weeks gone by. I'm like, okay, I got to add some more. Started adding push-ups. Okay, got to add another one. Next week, I started adding lunges. Now I was doing 5 sets of each. Now I love my weight. So I got to a point, I was like, fuck, I just want weights. Let me show you how how progressive I got with what me not allowing excuses to happen. Because I was getting tired. I was like, oh, I just need weights now. I saw we had 4 containers, 4 20-liter containers to hold water. Right? So I filled up all of these containers, 20 liters. So if you just do simple Google, it's about 18 to 20 kgs, right? Or these the containers once filled with water. And it had it where I could curl. I could do a hammer. I could take this massive container. I could put it on my back. I could do a squat. And now I could do proper squats. I could still put it on my back here. I could do a lunge with it now. And because I had 4, I could use 2, pick it up and do a farmer's walk back and forth and do like 4 sets of that. And in between each exercise, I would then go skip till failure, right? Cool. So I would do the squats. I would pick up these containers. I would make exercises. I would make it work for me. I would not let an excuse get in the way. Now, 20 kgs on a squat for me is a bit light. Is a bit light. But 20 kgs is better than my body weight. Because now I've got my body weight and 20 kgs on top. Now I'm squatting. It's better than nothing. And when it comes to doing curls and stuff, I actually, on the other 2, I let out a bit so that I can, because it is awkward a bit. And one thing I tried to do was take a broomstick and put in between, but it couldn't fit. And to basically try and create like a curl bar. And also maybe create a bench. So what I'm trying to explain by this is I saw a bigger opportunity, because right now I'm not in gym. Right now I can't afford gym. But I saw the opportunity to stop making, but I love weights, an excuse, and try and create weights. And let me tell you something. Those 20 liters of water, those containers, get real heavy once you're into your 5th set. Once you're into your 5th set, it gets real heavy. And I also have a dumbbell, a light one, 7.5 kgs. And I would do, triceps, right? And I would do curls. But I would do it because I understood it was light, especially for me, it was light. I would do 5 sets of 15 reps. But I would focus more on thinking about the muscle. So I'd think about the muscle. I would contract it. I would do it slow. I would get the motion. I would get the motion right. I would get the form right. And I would concentrate on the muscle. So as to link up that mind-muscle connection, as Arnold says, is one of the most important things to do. And if you look at a lot of bodybuilders, and they say it is really important whenever you're doing your exercises to think about that, must get that mind-body muscle connection, like that mind-muscle connection must be. And so that's what I'm working on, right? So yes, it's light, but I'm putting more reps. I've got 5 sets, and I'm thinking about the muscle. By the time I've got to my 5th set. After 5 reps, so there was the bicep or the tricep, they were burning. They were burning. The 7.5 kgs was making me burn. What I'm trying to get from this is I realized that certain things are just an excuse. And because I'm in the mindset of making more of a habit than just ensuring always a motivation, it's pushing me through. So progress is now slow, but I keep on going. Keep on going so that the day that I can get back in the gym, and it will be a fantastic day, I will still have done things. I would have still been ahead. And right now, what I can tell you is now, things are crazy. Things are hectic, right? But I find my mind fighting more than ever because it's saying, I ain't going to let this hit me. I ain't going to let this stop me. I'm just going to keep on pushing. You know what? I'm pushing now. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what? Go out for the walks. If you don't walk in the park, go outside there. Just go outside your house. Just walk up and down. Take the 20 liters. Exercise, fitness. I got to a point that I got tired of excuses. I got tired of the way I look. I don't care what people tell me. I don't care. If you call me fat, guess what? I know I could stand to lose a few, and you ain't gonna say shit at me. You ain't gonna tell me shit. So tired of people getting offended by words. I'm like, if you get offended, then you need to look at yourself in the mirror. Don't get offended by words. Because at the end of the day, it's up to, if you're getting offended by it, that means you don't like it. If you don't like it, fucking change it. If someone's calling you fat, you getting offended by that, go and fucking change it. Because I don't understand it. If someone's calling you fat, but you're happy to be fat, don't get fucking offended by it. Just pick yourself up and go. If you happy being unhealthy, if you happy being fat, if you happy being severely underweight, skinny, stupidly skinny, right? Then fine. Then go for it. That's you. That's your prerogative. But if you want to change, if you want to start actually achieving your fitness goals, you gotta understand there's no more about motivation. It's about a habit. And you gotta understand that the habit you need to make is there so that when the excuses come, you say, no. The excuse, it don't fucking matter. This excuse is just stopping me from achieving my fitness goals and ultimately succeeding. Because when you push through the hardest days and you still go for workout, whether it's at the gym or you're going out for a walk at the park or you working out at home, and you do that no matter how tiring it is, even after work or however hectic the days, you still did that. Do you know what that's doing to your mind? It's making it so strong that when things get hard, you don't quit. You just keep pushing. Fitness is important. So please, guys, work out. I'm not telling you to be some crazy bodybuilder. I'm not telling you to look like a fitness model. Get to a point that yourself mentally and physically feels healthy, that no matter what hits you, you can handle it. That you can get out of bed, go for a hike. You can get out of bed, pick up a weight, can go to bed, go for a walk, can get out of bed and go do what you need to do. Because that is ultimately the most important thing, being able to get out of bed and do what you need to do. Well, that's all I got to say. It was quite a bit on the fitness thing. I hope you guys took something from it. I hope that if you are on your fitness journey, that this helps you to just carry on. Don't stop. Because how many times have we seen it? You look back, like, damn. Imagine if I kept going on these past 5 months. Where would I have been, right? So we're still early on in the year. And if you haven't started, it doesn't mean you can't start. Start. Don't have the thing, oh, I'll start tomorrow. Oh, I'll start next week. I'll start on a fresh month. Just go and do it. Start creating the habit of fitness that will end up creating consistency and discipline. And consistency and discipline is what allows you to succeed. Fitness is an important thing for all of us. No one needs to look like a model. But people need to look after their body. I'm doing it. I keep doing it. And I hope by the time 6 months down the line, you see completely different face and body and everything. It'll be great. It'll be great for me. It'll be great for you, because I know it'll be constant motivation. But just promise one thing: you won't quit. You promise me that, I promise you I won't quit. And I will show you what happens when you don't quit. Things may be difficult in my life and things may not be going right, but there's one thing I'm going to make sure it goes right, and that's fitness. I will keep going on my walks. I'll keep working out. I'll keep stepping away from the technology. As long as you do it, I promise you to keep doing that and show you by over time on these videos and these podcasts you see. If you don't listen to Spotify and you watch on YouTube, you'll see. And if you go look at old videos and then you look at me and then you look at me now, like 6 months or 7 or a year later, whatever the case is, like, geez, he looks different. There's weight gone. There's right. I'm gonna make that promise to you. That's what I'm gonna keep doing. So that's what you can see, and hopefully you take a motivation there. As long as you keep the promise of doing the same, just keep working, never quit, keep going for that fitness goals, keep doing what you need to do. Get to the point that you get out of bed and you nail and destroy any objective you need to do. But that's all I gotta say, guys. You know, fitness is a crazy thing, but it is a needed thing. It can be a hectic thing, but it is a needed thing. It is a very, nowadays, there is this like hype on fitness, and it's good, but it needs to stay there. There is a push in the other direction of body positivity. And I get it, body positivity. But at what point do we glamorize unhealthy living just because of body positivity? Be healthy, yes. But being overweight and underweight, it's not actually healthy. The stats are there. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going into the politics of that. I hope you guys took something from this. I hope it keeps you going in your fitness journey. If you haven't started, I hope it lets you start. Well, that being said, guys, if you want to listen to this, you can listen to it on Spotify. Listen to all the podcasts on Spotify, every single episode, and the more to come. But other than that, guys, keep drinking your water, and I'll check you in the next.